Good evening. I'm back again. We must start doing better in our communities as a people. All gonna be controversy, but that's where political education come in. That's where a cultural be used as your tool to fight for your people. Political education will surely contradict some of the other things people are saying. Don't make sense, don't add up, will not help us to move forward in the African Revolution. So political education is the most important thing to Africans throughout the world. And we can look and see Africans coming together over the question of ideology all over the world. And the only people that don't know that is the people that are not involved in the mass struggle of our people. My nephew asked me a question. They were having a discussion on Facebook today about who should Africans want the U.S. president to be. Should they want Donald Trump to be back in office, or should they want Biden to be back in office? The lesser of the two evils. And then people having controversies saying, Biden ain't all you want him to be. No, Donald Trump ain't nothing but a tyrant. You know what he is. He gonna make us come together. He have no other choice. You don't have no other choice. You got an enemy then. You faced up with him, face to face, head to head. What you gonna do? You gonna stand down, or we gonna organize? What we gonna do? You know he a racist. They even got them a racist sign they doing now. What they do is something like this. Let them know they're a Klanman. I read Ku Klux Klan. I'm good with that. But no, shit. Either you can go with one of the other devils. That's why we need our own political party. Ain't need a party for us. The Republican Party ain't for us. The Democratic Party gonna be for us. We said that the Democratic Party gonna be a little bit more liberal than the Republican Party. The Republican Party gonna tell you the truth, straight into your face. You don't want to deal with the truth because you have to organize. You have to get ready for armed warfare as necessary. But the Democratic Party, he think things gonna get better, gonna be all right. You don't want to stop organizing and everything. But ones that politically educate know that we must continue this revolutionary struggle to organize our people and be in political party. We must form a political party. That's the only way we're going to be able to answer the question that God asks, where's our government? Where's our president? That's the only way we're going to be able to answer that question. And everybody talk about Marcus Garvey. Don't nobody hate Marcus Garvey or African people. Some people don't even know Marcus Garvey. Can't hate Marcus Garvey because everything they hear about Marcus Garvey is positive. So for all of us to go in that direction and to achieve that objective of Pan-Africanism, then we must be politically educated. Can't be continuing to be fooled by the enemy for no reason, for no purpose, with none of this, none of that. We can critically analyze it, see is it good for African people, or see is it against African people. President Secretary says there's only two classes of people: the people class and the anti-people class. That is to say, you either with your people or against your people. And the political education will determine which direction are you going. Are you moving in a direction with your people towards Pan-Africanism? Or are you moving against your people against Pan-Africanism? But y'all know we are unorganized. We can't argue about that. We might be able to argue about anything, but we can't argue about we are unorganized. And we need to become organized. We need to join some organization. And all those organizations need to try to come together and work together and move together. Don't make no difference what our organization is supposed to be doing. So we just split it up in this section and that section. Your organization do this, go do it. Your organization say y'all do that, go do it. That's all. And the things that we don't have one for, we'll create it. But I'm surely going to introduce this organization on the August 17th. And I hope I can get some other people to come and join this organization. And we're going to move forward. We're going to move forward. Ain't nothing to be scared of. You won't have to be asking who should we represent in dealing with the ballot. We're going to make sure. So we're going to determine who's going to run for office out of our organization. We can't be playing with our history. We can't be playing with our culture. Because if we do that, then we're playing with our lives. And we can't be playing with our lives. We play with our lives enough anyway. We do. We play with ourselves. We think this is a joke. We think this is a joke. We got to come out of this illusion that we in. And the only way we're going to come out of this illusion and what we're in is through political education. Political education is the answer to our problem as a people, period. Through political education, you know, we can weed out all the incorrectness. We can weed out all the misdirections with political education. You want me to let anybody throw you off track of your objective. Because you have ideology to keep you in line with your objective. We must have ideology to make sure that we are moving in the right direction with our people culture and not with culture imperialism. You know, we can't be listening to people that ain't saying nothing for the liberation of our people. And they can say talking out of both sides of their mouth. Some people scared to speak up to say anything. What you scared of? Dr. King's supposed to have wiped all that fear out of us. You know, we need political education in all aspects of our life, at every age of our life, because we need to start learning about our culture before birth. While our youth is still inside of the womb, mother should be pushing the thoughts inside of the youth of Pan-Africanism, of African liberation. You know, we got to let our kids know that those who have African names, they don't know they have African names. You know they ain't European names. You know they ain't Asian names. So you know they must be African names. Even if you don't know the meaning of it, you know they ain't no European name. African culture is strong. I see so many Africans going from straight hair to dreadlocks, curly dreads. But going back into our culture hairstyle of people, be proud of who we are. We need to be political educated. Don't think something happening in one city, one state, ain't happening in the next state. Happening in each place where we'll find out at. Where we see it ain't only happening in the U.S., happening in Brazil, happening in Africa, happening in the Caribbean. We need to become politically educated and understand that our fight is the same fight. And we can't be dealing with these little local issues and shit. Excuse my profanity. These little local issues. We talking about organizing our people on a worldwide base. That we have to understand. We have to understand that Africa must be the important thing to us. We must continue to organize. Don't care who becomes U.S. president. And by the way, where's Pence? I ain't heard from him. He's still living. It's just Donald Trump show. You know. Hey, we must become politically educated. So which one should we support? The one gonna make you become organized, run you towards organization, run you towards unity of organization? Or you gonna go with one that gonna relax you? You know, like he said, Malcolm used to say, like going to the dentist and you're hurting in all kind of pain, and they shoot that Novocaine in you, you know, and you don't feel no more pain no more. You just relax. So we can't let Biden get in there after they dragged Donald Trump out of the U.S. White House. I mean, physically drag him out of there. I hope I live long enough to see that, because you can bet that what's going to happen, they're going to have to drag him out by his feet. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't want to give up that position. He know he in too much trouble. Not only in the U.S., but in the world. He can't go nobody. Don't nobody like him. But the other races, the Ku Klux Klan, the skinheads, the Nazi Party, them the people he's running with. And Donald Trump ain't a friend of Hitler. Who is he a friend of? My political education teach me he's a friend of Hitler. Going in the same direction that Hitler in. He loves Zionist Israel. You know? So we know he can't be our friend, because we look at what he's doing throughout the world. And other people know that he's not their friend. So which one of the two you should vote for? And we're going to take the other 4 years as Biden get in there, and we're going to continue to fight harder to organize our people towards Pan-Africanism because ain't nothing else gonna do now. Ain't nothing else gonna do. You can think anything else gonna do, but ain't nothing gonna do but Pan-Africanism. Until we liberate Africa, ain't none of us gonna be liberated nowhere in the world. And you just think about all Africans throughout the world fighting and struggling for Pan-Africanism. It'll happen overnight. Our life would change instantly, automatically. We got enough diamonds ready in Azania to take care of all Africans. Well, mother day, we ain't talking about gold, zinc, bauxite, and none of the other resources that we have in Africa, minerals and natural resources. But we think some place we were born as is more important. Not more important. Our culture is more important than anything. And political education will teach you your culture is more important than anything. If you ain't all trying to organize towards Pan-Africanism, I don't care what organization you is. If you ain't pushing Africa, then you must be pushing Europe. If you ain't pushing Africans, then you must be pushing Europeans. It's just as simple as that. You know, like I said, start saying, African lives matter. Because it does matter, doesn't it? I hope I ain't boring nobody with what I said. I hope I ain't nobody saying I don't believe nothing he said. I don't agree with nothing he said. Well, show us something different. That's all. Show us a more better direction than what we should be moving in. If we going in the wrong direction, then stop us where we can get on track. So we can move in the right direction. And what Mao Zedong said, if you make a mistake and you realize the mistake and you don't correct the mistake, you make your second mistake. So if we're going in the same direction, wrong direction, then somebody need to correct the African message while we can go in the right direction, because what we need is most of all is the liberation of Africa. So that's what we need direction toward. What do you feel we should be doing to organize ourselves in terms of Africa? Stop talking about we are color. Start talking about we are people. We are an African people. We are an African people, not a color. Because I know you can see this background behind me, and you see all the different colors up on there. So don't be calling me as a color. I'm an African with a history, with an origin, with civilization, even with religion that we gave to the world. So don't be acting like, you want Trump to be up there again. You don't want Trump to be up there again because, Trump don't be playing, Jack. Trump make you feel like you back on the Jim Crow plantation when we never left the plantation at all. When we left the plantation, when did we organize to fight a revolution to free ourselves as a people? Tell me that. That's what I want to know. Everything we got, we have to fight over it. Even what we getting ready to do now, vote. Had to fight to do it. And they still trying to stop you Africans from voting. Any kind of form or method they can find to stop our progress as a people, they do it. But once you are politically educated and knowing Africa is the right direction in which we should be traveling, then we will continue to be fooled by imperialism, by cultural imperialism, by racism that come from capitalism. We must shed ourselves of capitalist ideals. We must shed ourselves, because you can't love your people and love capitalism too. Because capitalism is what made us a slave in the first place. They didn't come to Africa and get us because of the color of our skin, the shape of our nose, the shape of our lips. They came to Africa to get us for economic reasons. Capitalism to make the U.S. and the world rich, in which we did. Britain, France, Italy, all of them Europeans. And then they sat down on a conference in 1884 and 1885 and split Africa up like a pie and divided between themselves. Trying to keep all of us in slavery, trying to cut off our history, because we know our history must be a weapon, must be used as a weapon. And the only way we're going to be able to do that if we are politically educated. Make sure that we're going in the same direction constantly all the time and getting better every day at our fight of organizing our people. Because that's what we lack, organization. So we need to become more organized as a people. We must. I don't care what organization you're in. You need to be pushing Africa. If you got an organization that ain't pushing Africa, then you're against yourself. It's about the lack of your inactivity. If you're not working for your people, you're working against your people. So I'm going to let it go with that, Africans. And I read you can tell that I'm a little excited today. Yeah, I'm excited because I'm excited about my people's struggle. Our people's struggle is real. And I love my people. And I want us to be free. And I must do everything I can do, say everything that I can say to know that we must move forward towards Pan-Africanism. If I can't convince but one individual to pick up the sword to start fighting for Pan-Africanism, I feel I have done my job. And I know over my struggle, I have influenced a lot of Africans to go home back to Africa that were born in the U.S. Some of them still call me today and communicate with me today and say, brother, I wouldn't be at home without your influences. But it's really not my influences. I'm just repeating what our people been saying ever since we was on the slave ship. We were jumping off the slave ship trying to swim back home to Africa and couldn't see no land nowhere. We wasn't running from nothing in Africa, African. Forward to Pan-Africanism.